Hi everyone, this is 19th of June and welcome to Current Affairs classes. Today we talk about India has been elected as non-permanent member of UNSC. We talk about Navrakshak, the PP kit licensing. Then we talk about India's refining or capacity. Fourth, we talk about NERA. It is an important from cultural point of view, mixing of culture into economy, integrating rather. And then the last is the date, International Day for Elimination of Sexual Violence and Conflict, 19th June. So let's begin. India has been elected as a non-permanent member of UNSC for the term of 1 year, that is 21 to 22, after winning 184 votes out of 193 member countries in the General Assembly. Now, before this, we'll deal with two things. We'll deal with the composition of UNSC and then we'll deal with India and non-permanent member UNSC. Okay. So, first composition, there are 15 members, out of which 5 are the permanent members: China, Russia, US, UK, France. And 10 are the non-permanent members who are elected by General Assembly, whose total strength is 193. And out of these 10 non-permanent members, 5 should be from Asia and Africa, 1 from the Eastern Europe, 2 from the Western Europe, 2 from Latin America and Caribbean countries. Right? Take out a map and mark all these. Where are Africa, Asia, Eastern Europe, which is Latin America? Why is it called Latin America? These are the important things that one should know. And there's a mutual understanding for 5 seats that are for Africa and Asian countries, that 3 should be for Africa and 2 for the Asia. Okay, 3 for the Africa, 2 for the Asian. In this also there's an understanding that between Asia and Africa group to leave 1 seat for Arabian candidate. For example, if out of 3 seats Africa, this year is reserved for 1 seat out of 3 for this year is reserved for Arabian candidates. Okay, and the next year it is from out of the 2 seats of Asia that 1 seat will be reserved for the Arabian candidate. It is the 8th time. Now we'll talk about India and UNSC. It is the 8th time that India will be setting high table with the objective of norms. Norms is new orientation for a reformed multilateral system. India always integrated for. In India always advocated for multilateralism. Okay, there are no pluralism, bilateralism, no, it's always multilateralism, equal footing for all the members. The second news for the day is Navrakshak. National Research Development Corporation and enterprise of DSIR, Ministry of Science, has licensed the manufacturing of PP suit Navrakshak to 5 MSME. Okay, so 5 MSME has been granted license of making this PPE suit called Navrakshak to meet the ongoing wide demands of quality PPE kits. And who has actually designed this Navrakshak? And actually the Navrakshak has been developed by Innovation Cell of Institute of Naval Medicine, that is Ashwini Hospital, Mumbai. It has been tested and certified by at DRDO and made as per the prevailing ISO standards and the Ministry of Health and Textile guidelines. Ministry of Health and Textile means it should not be it should not lead to a condition called hypoxia, right? It shouldn't sweat a lot. There should be a facility for urinating and all that stuff. Rather, there's some parameters, that is ISO standards, that have been defined according to which the entire suit is made. Okay. The third topic for the day is India's refining capacity. India at present refines around 249.9, that is nearly 250 million tons per annum, and it aims to double to 450 to 500 by 2030. This is actually because India's consumption of petroleum products are also rising, right? Now, it is assumed that 335 million tons per annum would be consumed by 2030 and 472 million tons by 2040. So, we are depending hugely on petroleum products, right? And as a result, our import bills are also increasing, mainly due to the import of crude oil. Because now the crude oil prices have fell short in the international market, we can see that there's a rise in the increase in the forex reserves of India. You had been reading all these while in the newspapers that there have been increase in the forex reserve of India. Why? This is one of the reasons, because the import bills have been reduced due to the decrease in the prices of the crude oil in the global market. The important information about Ratnagiri project, Maharashtra, with the refining capacity of 60 million per annum. This project has received investments from Saudi Arabia, Aramco. Something must strike your mind as you read this word. Read this about this refinery, Aramco, right? Houthi attack, yes, right. So, and similarly, US attacking on the civilian airport. This also should come to your mind. And UAE company is ADNOC. These two companies are investing in Ratnagiri project of Maharashtra. It's a refinery project. The next important thing that is for today is NIRA. This is from integrating our culture into economy. The Khadi and Village Industry Commission, that is KVIC, has rolled out a unique project to produce NIRA and palm jaggery with a huge potential to create employment. The project aims at promoting NIRA as a substitute to soft drinks, right? We are talking about about Atmanirbhar and self-reliance. In this time, NIRA, which can act as a substitute of soft drinks while also creating self-employment to Adivasis. Okay, TRIFAD, Joint Forest Management. You must be knowing all these stuff, and you must include this in your answers also while writing answers. What is NIRA? NIRA is extracted from palm tree leaves. ताड़ गाछ से निकालते हैं, हम लोग की तरफ ताड़ी कहते हैं इसे. Before sunrise, it is a nutrient-rich health drink consumed in many states. There's a need. What is the need? There's a need for institutionalizing market techniques, the commercial production and large-scale marketing of NIRA. It is marketed in via jaggery, candies, candy floss, and all that stuff. And there's a huge potential with around 10 crore palm trees all across the country. So integrating it is from farm. It is from farm to factory. This project is farm to factory. That is integrating NIRA into your economy, GDP. And the final news for the day is the date. International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict. This is the 6th annual International Day that we are celebrating on June 19. We are day aims to, what is the day? To raise awareness. आपको awareness फैलानी है कि sexual conflict नहीं होनी चाहिए या कम नहीं होनी चाहिए, कम के यहाँ scope नहीं है ये. But आप you cannot directly stoop down to know. You will reduce and then you will stoop down to know. And honor the survivors and the victims, right? हमें विक्टिम्स को डबल जियोपार्डाजी नहीं करनी है, उन्हें ऑनर करनी है. तो अब यहाँ पे एक टर्म आता है सेक्सुअल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. तो सेक्सुअल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में क्या क्या आता है? कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिलेटेड टू सेक्सुअल वायलेंस रेफर टू रेप, सेक्सुअलिटी, स्लेवरी, forced prostitution, forced pregnancy, forced abortion, enforced sterilization, forced marriage, or any form of sexual violence perpetrated against women, men, girls, boys that is directly or indirectly linked to the conflict. वॉर प्रिजनर्स के साथ किया जाता है या आप कैप्टिव में लेते हो तब करते हो. इट्स ऑल दीज स्टफ आर समथिंग inhumane. These things need to be stopped one day or the other. So to raise awareness among the people and to honor the victims, the survivors, United Nations has marked 6 years ago to celebrate 19th June as the International Day for Elimination of Sexual Violence and Conflict. Okay, so this was for today. You can get the PDF notes of all these in the description link given below. Keep learning, be happy, stay home, stay safe.